I'd now like to call upon Andrew Coleman to come forward to receive the inscription certificates for the Kerikeri mission Te Reo Slates. And
Karangamai, 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 ki te uri o hongi, karangamai.
the Slates were one of the, unfortunately the weather in Auckland or Northland prevented a group of kaumatua from travelling down here to represent, so that is a great sadness. The Slates were one of the more unusual challenges for the judges, but they were compelling and symbolic documentary artefacts and are highly evocative of the time when young women were being educated in the early 1830s. The panel was especially struck by the fact that the texts were etched with a nail and may have been deliberately placed for safekeeping. As taonga, they echo from a personal time and place. Andrew, would you like to?
Tēnā koutou ka tāna ngā mihi kia koutou katoa. It's a real privilege to stand here for a whole lot of reasons. One, in particular, to be amongst such acknowledged and fantastic recipients of the Memory of the World for UNESCO, and to acknowledge the work of the Committee of New Zealand for that. We're very, very pleased to be here in partnership with Ngā Uri o Hongi and to represent Rongohongi, a very, very remarkable young woman who many, many years ago made these inscriptions, or at least one of the inscriptions. And on the inscription, she signed the bottom saying, Ngā Rongohongi a te kau ma onu. It belongs to Rongohongi, and she was 16. And at the time, for some reason, they were put under the floorboard of Kemp House, the oldest European wooden building at the Kerikeri Basin at Kororipo. And then, fortunately for all of us who are involved in history and heritage, and particularly for Māori heritage, in 2000 through refurbishment of Kemp House, they were thankfully recovered. And the first slate is clearly from Rongohongi, from her own words that she wrote all those years ago. She was very, very well connected. As Charlotte has mentioned, her father was Hongi Heke, and she married Hone Heke. And so she was by nature a very powerful Māori woman who inspired Māori women from across Aotearoa, and particularly for Ngāpuhi. The second inscription is the words of a waiata. It's not known as to who inscribed that waiata, but the slates were lying side by side. And as Heritage New Zealand, we would welcome you to visit these slates. They're on display and available for public viewing now at the Kerikeri mission in Kerikeri. So thank you once again, and I invite other speakers.
E ngā tohu o ngā tupuna karangamai. Karangamai kia mātou ku tatu mai I tēnei whare wānanga I tēnei wā. E tumihi hoki ki te taumata, kia koe tama manu kōrero o tō whakaro pai kia mātou, kia tātou katoa. Well, I happen to I live in the Bay of Islands, and I would have been stuck in Kerikeri if I'd stayed there, but last night on a whim I thought I'd better drive to Auckland. So I drove to Auckland and arrived here, and my mates are still in Kerikeri airport waiting, so I think I'm delivering some things for them. I just want to commend the intimate relationship of the historians and anthropologists and Angela Middleton and others who have been working closely with the New Zealand Heritage team and the local hapu and iwi in the Bay of Islands. It's not generally known, but when you talk of tribes in the Bay of Islands. You talk about 180 hapu just around the Bay of Islands. And that's a lot of people to please to make decisions. So the miracle is everybody agreed that this is important. E tu mihi kia koutou, tēnā koutou, karanga mai.